Every time you sit down to eat, your dog appears. Silent. Patient. Watching your fork with those eyes that make you feel simultaneously adored and vaguely guilty. And you have always assumed you know why. They want the food. They are hungry. They are spoiled. They are hoping you cave. None of those explanations are wrong exactly. But none of them are the real answer either. Because what your dog is actually doing when they station themselves at your feet during dinner is something far more layered than wanting a bite of what is on your plate. It is 7 things happening at once, some ancient, some biological, some deeply emotional, and most owners will go their entire lives without understanding any of them. We are saving number 1 for last. Because number 1 is the one that will change the way you feel about every meal you have ever shared with them. And every meal you share from this point forward. Let us get the obvious one out of the way first, because it is real, but it is only the surface layer. Yes, part of your dog wants some of what you are eating. Dogs are evolutionary scavengers. For tens of thousands of years, their ancestors survived by positioning themselves near humans, near the warmth of fires and the smell of cooking meat, waiting patiently for the moment something fell or was offered. That instinct did not disappear when dogs moved inside. It simply relocated from the campfire to the kitchen. But here is what most owners miss about this. Your dog is not being greedy. They are running a program written into their DNA before memory itself. When they watch your fork, part of their brain is still at that ancient fire, patient, still, ritualistic. Watch their body. A dog driven purely by hunger moves around. They shift their weight, lick their lips, paw at you. A dog running the ancient scavenger program sits completely still, eyes steady, expression calm. If your dog is perfectly still while you eat, they are not desperate for food. They are in a state their biology built for exactly this moment. That is something different entirely. Think about what your dog experiences during a normal day. You leave the house and return. You move between rooms. You disappear behind closed doors. You appear and disappear with a pattern they cannot always predict. Except at mealtime. Every evening, around the same time, in the same location, you become stationary for 20 or 30 minutes. You will not suddenly leave. You will not move to another room. You will be right there, present and reachable, for the duration of the meal. For a creature whose entire emotional life orbits around where you are and when you are coming back, this reliability is significant. Mealtime is the one appointment they can count on. The one predictable anchor in a day of uncertainty. This is why so many dogs appear before you have even picked up a fork. They are not reacting to the smell of food. They are responding to the ritual. They have learned that sitting down means you will be still. And your stillness is what they have been waiting for all day. Here is something almost no owner has ever considered. When you eat, your face changes. The tension of the day softens. Your shoulders drop. The expressions you carry through work and errands and the small frustrations of ordinary life fall away for a few minutes. At the dinner table you become, briefly, the most relaxed version of yourself. Your dog sees this. Research has established that dogs read human facial expressions with a sophistication that surpasses virtually every other animal. They distinguish between dozens of micro-expressions. They have catalogued your tired face, your worried face, your happy face, every version of you they have witnessed. And the face you wear at dinner, soft and content and briefly unburdened, is one they recognize and seek out. When they appear to be watching your fork, part of what they are actually watching is you. The way your jaw moves. The way your eyes ease when you taste something good. The tiny shift at the corner of your mouth when a meal is genuinely enjoyable. For your dog, dinner is one of the rare windows where they get to observe you at rest. The meal is the occasion. You, unguarded and at ease, are the thing they came for. 4. They are running a very old safety check. In a wolf pack, watching the dominant members eat is not about hunger or envy. It is about information. Is there food? Is the leader eating? Is the pack intact? Is everything as it should be? Your dog inherited this wiring completely and has never stopped using it. When you sit down to eat, an ancient part of their brain quietly takes inventory. Leader is eating, there is food. There is food, there is enough. There is enough, everything is safe. It is a threat assessment dressed up as a dinner companion. And once the check is complete, once their brain has confirmed that the world is still functioning the way it is supposed to, many dogs will watch intently for the first few minutes and then simply lie down nearby and go quiet. They are not losing interest. They have finished the assessment. Everything checks out. Their nervous system can settle. What looks like a dog giving up on begging is actually a dog who has confirmed, once again, that the pack is whole and the day is safe. 3. They have been studying you for years. This one will make you smile. Your dog has been conducting a long-term behavioral study with one research question: at what point does this person give in? Over months and years of watching you eat, they have collected more data on your generosity than you have yourself. They know which meals make you more likely to share. They know that Sunday evenings are more yielding than Monday mornings. They know that when your attention is divided between a screen and a plate, your defenses soften. They know the exact expression to hold and the precise moment to deploy it for maximum effect. This is not manipulation. It is intelligence applied in the direction of what they want most. Your dog has run thousands of small experiments on you, tiny variations in posture, proximity, eye contact, silence versus sound, and they have refined the approach that produces results. The patient, steady gaze your dog gives you across the dinner table is not accidental. It is the product of years of careful observation and optimization. And somewhere quietly, you probably love that they figured you out so completely. 2. They are performing the oldest ritual they know. In a wolf pack, eating together is not simply about consuming food. It is about belonging. The act of being present while the pack eats, witnessing the shared meal, occupying the same space during the ritual of feeding, this is how a wolf confirms their place within the group. Food is the occasion. Identity is the point. Your dog carries this forward in everything they do at mealtime. When they station themselves at your feet during dinner, they are performing a ceremony as old as their species. They are saying, I am here, I am part of this, I belong to this. Notice who they sit beside when multiple people are eating together. It is almost never the person with the most food on their plate. It is the person they are most bonded to. Because the food was never really the point. The togetherness is the point. Dinner, for your dog, is the daily ceremony of the family being whole. And on the days you take your plate into another room and close the door, the scratching you hear from the other side is not impatience. It is a dog who has been excluded from the thing that tells them, every single day, that they still belong. 1. They are asking you a question. Here is the thing most owners will never fully understand. And the thing that every person who studies dog behavior quietly knows to be true. In your dog's emotional world, food and love are not separate concepts. They are the same concept. The very first relationship your dog ever had, with their mother, in the earliest hours of life before their eyes had opened, was built entirely around being fed. She fed them. She warmed them. She was safety itself. And the part of your dog's brain where that experience was encoded did not distinguish between the nourishment and the love that accompanied it. They arrived together. They have always meant the same thing. When you became the one who feeds, you inherited that role completely. Every bowl you have ever placed in front of them has registered as more than nutrition. It has registered as confirmation. You chose me. You still want me here. I am still yours. Now understand what your dog is really doing when they watch you eat. They are not asking for food. They are watching the most important presence in their world engage in the act of sustaining themselves. And they are quietly asking a question, the same question they ask you in 100 different ways every single day. With the head placed on your knee. With the following from room to room. With the stare from across the room in a quiet evening. Am I still part of this? Do you still want me here? Do you still love me? And when you turn your head and meet their eyes, when you reach down and offer that small piece of whatever you are eating, you are not spoiling them. You are answering. You are saying, yes, still yes, always yes. That is why the gesture means so much more than its size suggests. Not because of the flavor, but because in the only language available to them, you just gave them the answer they most needed to hear. 7 Reasons your dog appears at your feet every time you sit down to eat. An ancient scavenger program running quietly in the background. The most reliable moment of their day finally arriving. The face they love most finally at rest. A safety check they have been running for 40,000 years. A behavioral study conducted entirely on you. The oldest belonging ritual their species knows. And a question, the quietest, most constant question, asked again across the dinner table. The next time those eyes find yours over your fork, you will know what you are really seeing. Not a dog begging for food. A dog asking to be loved. And every time you look back, you are answering them. Subscribe to Raffaloo. Remy has a question for you at dinner tonight. Paw prints.